that sold me something on eBay that said, hey, it was a handwritten note from a 12-year-old, that said, thank you very much for your purchase. We appreciate it. And it reminded me of when I was 10 years old, except I didn't have eBay and didn't have all these options to buy singles online. So it was refreshing. So it just shows you kind of all generations are
the hobby's exploding and the happiness is absurd. Dustin, get in here. Let's tell, Dustin, Dustin, how much happiness has getting into collecting Pokemon and flipping Pokemon been for you?
Hey, sports card collectors and investors. Hope everyone has had a great week. We made it to Friday. Happy Friday to you. I hope everyone has got some good weekend plans, staying safe, and everybody is feeling well. So I'm excited about this episode. This is it's Hobby Talk, episode 4, first off. So we are going to talk about some things going on in the hobby and sports in general. We're also going to talk about 2,000 subscribers and kind of a change to the show that I'm excited to kind of go through and get your feedback on. And then also my mom is visiting and she brought cards. She brought my cards, some of them, from the late 80s, early 90s. And so I've gone through some of it. I haven't gone through all of it. I literally saw it a couple of hours ago. But I'm going to show some of the highlights and talk about that. And so we'll get right into it. It's a full show. So let's go ahead and dig right in. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody. As I film this, I'm at 1,999 subscribers, so I might be jumping the gun a little bit. But Luca and I would like to say thank you for joining us on this journey. You're probably thinking it's weird that I say Luca and I, but in this quarantine time, sometimes I'm just down here in the basement by myself, and he's the only one I've got to talk to. So it's kind of like a Tom Hanks Castaway type moment. But you know what? I feel comfortable sharing that with you guys at this point. I think that our relationship has gone to that level where I can get vulnerable and talk about the fact that I have a conversation with a painting every now and again. Anyhow. So we're going to go ahead and get into the fact that we're going to make a change to the show. So something that we're going to add, it's not necessarily a change. I'm going to do the same sorts of videos that I already do. I really enjoy doing what I'm already doing, but I want to kind of build out more of the community focus. When I started the channel, it was more of, I wanted it to be like, yes, of course, I'm talking to you about cards, but I also wanted to be an open discussion where I love everyone that comments and, allows me to kind of have some dialogue with you in the comments section. I love that. And then, we also talk on, Twitter and Instagram and some of these other places. I get DMs from you all, and that's awesome. I also want to open it up. I want to start a series called Subscriber Spotlight is what we're going to call it. And essentially what it is whether you're a content creator or not, or you just enjoy collecting cards or investing in cards, and you want to get on and have a conversation, I'm going to get on to some of this technology that's out there. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but it's fairly common. But anyway, I'm going to set it up to where I can do more interviews. I am going to do an interview with Hobbybox tomorrow. I believe it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern, still working that stuff out. But anyway, with Subscriber Spotlight, what I want to do is talk cards with some subscribers. So listen, if you're just joining me here today, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We're building out a community here. We're going to have these sorts of Subscriber Spotlight stuff. We'll probably add giveaways down the line as well. And then also, we'll see where this thing goes. I mean, I'd like to see, maybe there's other opportunities for subscribers as well as we kind of build this thing out. So definitely let me know in the comments if you are a subscriber that wants to get on the show and just talk cards and go back and forth. I would love to, and whether it's just talking about sports, talking about cards, all of the above, let me know, and we'll try to work those out. I'll probably start doing those once a week and just see how it goes. And if it's something that's enjoyable, everyone's liking it, maybe we progress that on and do it 2 or 3 times a week where we have different people on. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a content creator, but it could be just somebody that enjoys collecting cards, enjoys investing in cards, and if you want to chat, let's do it. So that's kind of the new thing that we're going to add in as we move to 2,000 subscribers. thank you again for your support. I appreciate it. Honestly, I never thought that I would get this type of support when I started this channel. This was kind of just an experiment that was born out of COVID, really. I mean, it was, we went into quarantine, and on March 22nd, I started this channel. It was kind of like, what do I have to lose at this point? It was something I thought about doing. As far as making content, making videos, because I really enjoyed watching the content, but I felt like I wasn't getting my fill. And so I was like, you know what, I could create some of the content that I want to see, and maybe others will, enjoy it, and we could kind of go from there. And it's been amazing to get where I am. I'm just excited, and I really appreciate you guys. You guys are everything. So that's awesome. And I will say too, I don't want to, I didn't come into cards because of Gary Vee. But for those that are looking to start a channel, whether it's sports cards or anything for that matter, the one thing that I did notice from Gary Vee, it was just something to where I was already following Gary Vee for a few years, and then later found out fairly recently, really over the last 6-9 months, that he also was into cards. But the one thing that I noticed, that the advice that he gave to literally everybody that was looking for business advice was, do more on social, whether it be ads or creating content. And literally all the main advice was very simple, and he kept on saying it. I'm thinking, like, why am I not listening? Why am I not acting? But the advice was make more. So I know a lot of people probably watch my channel, and I do get a lot of the, I like your consistency. I know I've also lost subscribers due to the consistency, because I put out a lot of videos. I go, every day I've got at least one video. I've had some days where it's, 3 videos, I think is the most I've ever put out in one day. But the idea behind that is just to create a consistent show that people, they know what they're going to get. They know that they're going to get consistent content, and hopefully it brings value. I don't necessarily just want to throw anything up, but I want to be very consistent so that people can count on that. If it's something that they enjoy watching, that they can count on it. So if you're someone that's looking to create content, and look, if you only have time to do a show once a week, then that's perfectly fine, and maybe that's something that you build on. But the one thing that Gary kind of instilled in me was, you've got to make a lot of content. And whether that be video or podcast or Instagram stories, there's a lot that I don't know. I'm fairly new to the social media game, just as far as utilizing it. I'm still learning. So, but that was something that he instilled in me, and I appreciate it. I was lucky enough to get on his Tea with Gary Vee show on Wednesday morning. If you didn't catch it, there is there on his channel, there is a replay of that. I'm guest number 3. I'm right at about the 14-minute mark, and I'm there to talk sports cards. I was fortunate enough to get on. Just tweeted at him on Wednesday morning, because he was about to go on his show, and just said, like, hey, sometime I'd love to get on your show and talk cards with you. And then literally, like, his team reached out and was like, hey, get ready, you're guest number 3 in 20 minutes. So that was awesome. And it's, that's been kind of that's certainly been one of the big highlights of starting the channel, is just this community and being able to see where this whole thing goes. It's just been a lot of fun. So thank you for 2,000 subscribers. Hopefully we've got 1 to go. So hey, look, if you're new to this channel, please become that 2,000 subscriber. Help us build here. But anyway, and like I said, before I move on, if you do want to be on this show, if you want to talk cards, please comment below. Let me know. And if there's a certain topic you want to talk about, let's put it in the comments, and I'm going to go through it and just kind of see where we can work it all in. So I would really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to talking more directly with you all, my viewership, in future episodes. So thank you. All right. So Mom brought cards. Now let me just say, I was the big collector in the late 80s, early 90s. So that's really what you're going to see here. I'm going to start off, actually, you know what, before I get into that stuff, I'm going to go with, I had to share this because it actually does coincide with what I'm going to show you. I was able to pick up this, for those that don't know, diehard New Orleans Saints fan, for my PC/investment. This is a Drew Brees 2019 Score Gold Zone card. It's numbered out of 50. Now, for those that know me, know that 1989 Score football, it's an iconic set, but this is the set when I was a kid that I could not afford. And I do have a few of those cards from when I was a kid, but few and far between. And so this one, though, it's in that 1989 Score type model. I'm going to try to get the light on it a little bit, and then, of course, it's gold foil. But if you look, it's got the big helmet, right here. And this is basically what 89 Score looked like. So I don't know if this is like a 30-year anniversary type card. I just saw it on eBay and pulled the trigger on it. It was about $50, but again, graded PSA 10. It looks like a 1989 scorecard, but it's my guy Drew Brees. It is numbered out of 50. This is really a PC card. Maybe it's something I give to my kids one day if they want it. But then again, if it goes up 10 times for some reason, who knows? It's a weird card market. I would be open to selling it. But it's just, it's mainly a PC card that I thought was really cool, so I wanted to share that. All right. So let's dig into some of these cards that I found. So I haven't gone through everything, but I went through and found some cool ones to share. So I'm going to go first through. I had singles of Jordan cards, Jordan base cards. But before I get into the man himself, let's first talk about Baby Jordan. Does anybody remember Harold Miner? This is a 1992-1993 rookie card of Harold Miner, and it's him shooting over MJ. This card, for those of you that are my age, you might remember this. This was a hot card when it came out because he's shooting over MJ, and literally this guy was pegged to be the next Michael Jordan, Harold Miner. And so this rookie card was sought after. This shows you how cards can quickly change as far as who's in demand and who's not in demand. And so I was fortunately enough. Now this was a huge card back when I was a kid to have. So that's the Harold Miner rookie card that I've got. I've got a bunch of base Michael Jordan. We shouldn't say a bunch. I got about a dozen. But I've got the 89-90 Hoops card here. I would have to look to see if any of these are worth grading. The centering doesn't look fantastic on this one. Well, it's not too bad. I'd have to look to see if any of these are worth grading. But these were mass produced. You've got 93-94 Skybox. Come a little bit further back so you can see better. 92-93 Upper Deck. This is just a really sweet looking card. Just how it looks. Top Stadium Club, I think this one is 93, 94 maybe. And these cards are so 90s. I love it. 92-93 Fleer. Very common cards. Oh, here's one that was mixed in too. If anyone knows anything about vintage baseball, Carl Furillo, this looks like a 1957 Topps. I'm pretty certain I got this as a gift from a family friend, just because I was collecting cards and he had an old card, so he gave it to me. Carl Furillo, 1957 Topps. I haven't looked it up to see if there's any value to it, or I'm not really sure, but that one was just mixed in here. 91-92 Upper Deck MJ. This is a classic set. I was big on Larry Johnson. I did also find I have a Larry Johnson Upper Deck rookie in here. That was a card. Larry Johnson rookie cards back in 92 were expensive, raw. I mean, they were like $40, $50 raw back then. This is 90-91 Hoops, I believe. And then we've got some Shaq stuff. This is my favorite. So, well, this one isn't. This is the Skybox 92-93 Shaq rookie. But this card right here. So back, and I don't know, for those of you that are my age, 1992-93 Fleer Ultra Shaq rookie, so awesome. 92-93 Shaq rookie. I wish I had more of these, just because the way that the card, I don't know, just the way the card looks, but that set in particular, Fleer Ultra was my favorite as a kid. I mean, for basketball, it was so awesome to get some Fleer Ultra. So, all right, so I'm going to try to keep it moving so this isn't a 30-minute video, but all right, I'm going to scoot over to football. Some of the older highlights, some of the older cards. 89 Score Michael Irvin rookie. Oh, yeah. Corners are a little dinged. Didn't keep it in good enough condition. It's definitely not a 10. An absolute reach to get a 9. So this is probably one I just hold on to look at that I think looks cool. Jim Kelly rookie card, 87 Topps. This one's actually in pretty good shape. This might be worth grading. We'll see. 89 Pro Set, I believe. I believe it was 89. His rookie card, Troy Aikman. And these next couple of players I'm going to talk about. This is where you have to be careful speculating in sports cards. I've got a few Rick Meyer rookie cards. Rick Meyer coming out of Notre Dame was the second coming. Like, this guy was going to be everything. And he just didn't pan out like a lot of rookie QBs, but he wasn't a terrible quarterback. I mean, he didn't have like a Ryan Leaf type career, but he was certainly not. He didn't end up being what they pegged him to be. The next guy was a really good running back, Ricky Watters. Great running back for the 49ers. And I loaded up on Ricky Watters rookie cards. And my favorite, so go back, if you don't know this set, Action Packed Football. If you have any interest in early 90s football sets, Action Packed, these were expensive packs because they're thick cards and they're chromed out, but they're awesome. They're awesome looking cards. So check those out. That set in particular is really cool. All right, I was also a huge Brett Favre fan. So I was New Orleans Saints won, but because the Saints never really made the playoffs very much, the Packers did. So the Packers were kind of that second team for me, and I was a huge Brett Favre. Okay, Action Packed. So that's set I was talking about. Cool card. It's not a rookie card. And then this is another set I just want to go back and look at. Bowman. This is 90. I believe it's 93 Bowman football, but it's got kind of a chrome effect to it. Really sweet looking cards. These are Favre. Favre rookies. I've got a couple. I've got his Upper Deck rookie. And then I've also got his Fleer Ultra rookie. And then, I don't know if you guys remember these cards. Game Day 93, they're long. And Sterling Sharp and Favre were my guys. And then I also, when I was a kid, I got the 1989 Score supplemental set for Christmas. And Sterling Sharp's rookie was in that set. So, Sterling Sharp was huge back then. I mean, everyone wanted his cards. And so he was kind of like that one guy that was not in the regular 1989 Score football set. He was in the sup set. And so I'm fortunate enough to get that set, and just huge Sterling Sharp fan. Hugely underrated receiver. The guy was amazing. And then lastly, I'm going to cover, let me also throw these out there. I had some Penny Hardaway. This is a card I found that I really like. I want to take a closer look at. It's a Beam Team Penny Hardaway rookie. I've seen these on eBay. I did look these up, and it was kind of, some were $5, some were $30, and some were graded at $300 or $400. So I have to take a look at those. And then I've just got some like base Penny Hardaway rookie cards that I found. Here's some. This is so 90s. These Topps Finest, Pacific Topps Finest, reminds me of kind of like what they're coming back out with. I've got Alonzo Mourning, Sean Kemp, and Latrell Sprewell. These are sweet cards. I believe this is 92. Yeah, it's 92, 93, or maybe it's 93, 94 Topps Finest. But anyway, check out this set. It's like so 90s. It's all refractored out. Awesome. Awesome set. So anyway, guys, that is what I've got just from kind of the cards from Mom. Another channel that I like to watch, the Comeback Card Collector or Comeback Card Investor, I believe, actually, Brad. And he had received, I think his mom had done the same thing, probably saw that he was making YouTube videos on it, and sent him like his Pokemon stuff and some of his cards when he was a kid. And so ironically, my mom saw the same thing and was like, hey, I think I've still got some of your stuff somewhere. And so that was cool to get. So thanks, Mom, for bringing that for me, so I could share with the group. Let me know if you guys have any of the same cards or any of the same experiences. I'd love to hear it. All right, lastly, I'm going to talk about baseball is back. So who's excited about baseball? I think that I saw that Soto maybe tested positive for COVID. I believe it was Soto. Anyway, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. I'm more of a football, basketball, baseball being kind of third on the list of sports where I'm really in tuned. So, I'm still getting caught up on some of the MLB news, but I'm sure everyone's excited to have baseball back. I don't know if you guys caught it, but the Mavericks-Lakers had a scrimmage last night, and I watched all the highlights. Honestly, I think I might have watched the entire exhibition. It felt like the highlights were long, but it was exciting to watch those two teams go head-to-head. Of course, like LeBron and Luka had limited minutes, and it was just kind of to get everybody fresh, kind of get some conditioning going. But it was awesome just to watch guys throwing down dunks and, watch them doing their thing. I don't know. So, and a couple days ago, of course, everyone heard I made a video on the Bull cards going crazy. And I made a joke on Twitter as well, where it was like, the Bobo effect, where one guy has a great exhibition game and prices skyrocket? Is that going to be like Luka makes, a beautiful bounce pass to Porzingis for a dunk and his cards triple, because of that pass that he made? Is it so volatile and, to where that's where we are as far as reactions go? Who knows? But I just thought that was crazy, and I'm just curious to see how everything goes with the season, card pricing, how it all is affected. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in for this week's Hobby Talk. Again, thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers, or hopefully, like I said, I've got to get one more. But it's been really, really fun for me and my family to make this channel, and we're going to continue to build on it. Any suggestions that you have for the channel that you want to see, I'm wide open. I always pretty much comment or reply to everyone's comments. So we want to keep on building this thing out and building the community. And like I said before, if you want to be a part of Subscriber Spotlight in some fashion, comment below. Let's talk about it. So, guys, thank you again for tuning in. We will talk to you again later.